what's going on here? Kevin Hope, back at you again with another episode of the BallHer Hoops podcast. Please let us know if you want some new material. Trying to get a little bit more coaches on here. Of course, we're doing Unseen Fire. If you haven't watched, check out the last one that we did. Was really good. Nevaeh Farmer was phenomenal when we were doing that episode, and then check out the one with Elle and Jasmine Stone. That was also a good one. So today we're just gonna do a week to come. So a lot of big games coming up, especially Tuesday. A lot of good games that day. Friday there'll be some good games as well. Then Saturday you have the MLK tournament, which will be at United Faith. A lot of people will be at that tournament, so we're going to try to get through that one as well. But we're going to start with Tuesday. So Tuesday we have the first game I saw, big game, South Meck versus Myers Park. Both teams, if I'm not mistaken, go into this conference battle undefeated. Myers Park has been on a roll. I know Mia Zaris is still kind of getting back to her normal routine. She's had some games off, but team is still looking really good. Jaren Truesdale, from what I've heard, has been definitely showstopper for Myers Park. She's been really good. But South Meck has been on the roll as well. When you look at Bessie Burnett coming back, Anastasia had 30 points last week. They're a hot team right now, so I think that'll be a good game. I'm also going to try to get predictions. I'm going to predict South Meck to win that game in a close game coming down to the end of the fourth quarter. Watauga versus Alexander Central. Another good game towards that Hickory Boone area. Watauga's been really good this year, but Alexander Central only lost one game so far. But I do have Watauga winning it. I think Kate Sears just will be the difference maker in that game. The third game, I have Providence Day versus Charlotte Latin. A lot of changes have been made for PD, but as far as Charlotte Latin, I think they're a good young team, but I think PD is still the better team right now. I think PD wins this game by 10 to 15 points, and they continue on with their win streak into conference. Then I have West Rowan versus Central Bears. West Rowan is undefeated. If you heard any episode of our Fire 15, you know how high I am on them. I think they're a really solid team, good depth, really good point guard. And then they're going against Central Bears. Central Bears was a team that was in our fall league, and I really think the fall league helped them to get to where they are now. They've been winning a lot of games. So I have them against West Rowan, but I think West Rowan wins that game. So moving on to the next one, I got Cox Mill versus Hickory Ridge. I think that'll be a good game. Both teams are fighting for that second, third place, along with West Cabarrus in that Greater Metro 4 conference. Cox Mill is really good. Kay Decker has been good for them, but Hickory Ridge has a lot of talent as well. You got Alyssa Lewis just had a 30-point game. Then you still got Cherie and Michaela Gidney. I think if I got it wrong, please forgive me. They are a really good team. I think Hickory Ridge wins that game. I think it's going to be closed down to the fourth quarter. I think they win by 8 points. 8 or more. Between 8 to 11 points, I think they win by. Last game, Hyberton. I hope I didn't say that wrong. If I did, please excuse me. Versus Ashe County. Two good teams in that Hickory area. Ashe County has been really good as of late. I think Ashe County wins this game. And I think they move forward with some pep to their step because they'll sooner or later get that Watauga team. And Watauga is, of course, the cream of the crop in that area. So then we go to Friday's games. Friday, I have Chambers versus Mallet Creek. I think Chambers is coming off a big game versus North Meck, which most people expected North Meck to kind of handle Chambers. But I think the environment had a lot to do with it. Chambers, you're at home. You're trying to protect home court. A lot of people don't understand that home court advantage is different, especially when you have a solid team. Like Chambers has a good team. It's not like they're just like trash. They just not where they were last year. But you can see the building blocks. I think they have a lot of good length over there. But I still think this Mallet Creek team is going to be better. Elle Stone is back. I think she'll make a big difference. She hadn't played in a while. I think she started playing sometime last week. I think she played Friday. I don't know if she played Tuesday and Friday, but I know she played Friday for sure. She just received an offer from UNCC. I think that's her first offer from a team on this side of the country. She has a couple offers from the Western region, but congrats to her for that. I think Mallard Creek wins that game pretty convincingly. And then number two, I have Lake Norman and Coxmill. Second time Coxmill's on here. As I explained, Kate Decker, Ari Perry, uh, Lauren. She's a really good big that they have. But I think Lake Norman is just a better team right now. Lake Norman has a team to where they can do it all. Even when I went to the game last Friday and Kirsten set out for a while, you could still see that they were a good team. They didn't excel the way I thought they would, but that's because West Cabarrus is a mean defensive team. Like they're really aggressive. They play hard all the time. Rayana Menard was a really special talent. I saw Shariah White. That was my first time seeing her as well. And then of course Jay Clowney paces them. So overall, they're a really good team. I think Lake Norman wins that game against Coxmill. I think it'll be pretty convincingly. And then you have Salisbury versus South Moran. Salisbury has lost 3 games. I don't know if it was their last. They lost 3 of the last 4, if I'm not mistaken, or 5, if I'm not mistaken. So they're trying to get some get back. They play against North Rowan, if I'm not mistaken. North Rowan has a really solid team. If I'm not mistaken, the Gillette sisters play there. Bailey and Bloom, they're really good guards. But I think Salisbury wins that game. Just the talent of Kyla Bryan and Michaela Noble, and then Haley Dalton's defense inside will take over. Then the really big game, 101 Black versus Grace Christian. You match up Sarah Strong and Ella. Dang, why am I drawing a blank? Ella Hobbs. Ella Hobbs versus Sarah Strong. Of course, that's the matchup, but there's going to be a bigger matchup because it's a lot of good players between the two of them. You look at Camry Hobbs, Delaney Hill, Tatum Bowen, all those kids, and then of course Aaliyah L is probably the biggest X factor on that team. And then of course you got Maya Campbell, Denaje Brooks on that team with Grace Christian, and they have the Isis Storm young lady. They have a lot of talent as well, and both teams are really good. So you're looking at, I think Max Preps has as one of their games of the week. So that'll be a good game as well. Then, as I said, on Saturday, you got the MLK event by Pridgeon Event Management. Just looking at it right now, 101 Prep Red plays against the Burleson School. The Burleson School won 2A state championship last year for private schools. And of course, 101 Prep Red has only lost 1 or 2 games so far this year, and they're a really solid team. Then you have Cannon School versus Lee Central. I think Cannon School will probably end up winning that by a good amount. High Point Christian Academy. I think a lot of their players that came back off of injury. They go against 101 Prep Black. I think 101 handles business. Then Legacy versus Providence Day. I think Legacy handle business. As I say, I think this is a good event. You still got David Butler versus United Faith to start off the day. Carmel Christian plays against Charlotte Christian. So it's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games that you can check out starting at 11 a.m. Last game is at 6:30 p.m. and that'll be at United Faith. So with that said, really good games to look forward to. Trying to get more content out soon. Fire 15, of course, updates every 2 weeks. So we'll have another one this coming Sunday. But other than that, I appreciate everybody's support. Please look out for our social media, especially our Instagram. We get a lot of good footage of games, good highlights. Tell us where else we need to come. We've been to a lot of schools, supported a lot of girls basketball. So tell us where else we need to be. All right. Peace.